Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play VRange VR, a game by Cannon Fire Games Limited, released on the Steam Store November 25th, 2018, in early access. Today the game actually released in full launch version 1.6, and there have been lots of updates to this game. I originally got this game as part of the Steam Curator Connect program, and I reviewed the game back in November before I was doing videos, and I gave a neutral recommendation. I thought it was a nice start to the early access, but I also thought there were much better gun range or gun simulation games out there for VR, including the gold standard H3 VR, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. However, there have been lots of updates. This is a game I've kept in my Steam library, and I've gotten several updates over the course of time since November. There's been plenty of updates to this game, adding functions, making the game supposedly better. And it's not normal for me to review a game again after initial impressions review unless it's a situation like this where there has been a substantial change to the game, and in this case that was exactly the case, so I decided to go ahead and review the game. Now, this game is retailing for $11.99 for the Valve Index, HTC Vive, and the Oculus Rift. And to make a long story short, based on the updates and the added content, I can no longer even give a neutral recommendation. I'm going to have to change my 5 out of 10. I'm going to change it to a 4 out of 10. I just think that these devs, they worked hard, but they must have put time and effort into the wrong things, because it seems the game is just as bad now as it was in early access, just with more stuff that we didn't want and stuff that didn't make the game better in any way, shape, or form. The first thing you notice is this gun range. So this is one of the gun ranges. There's 3 different gun ranges, and I actually chose this one because on this one the game ran better. The other 2 gun ranges, I had frame rate drops. One of them was really bad. I could barely play it at all. It was all kinds of warping, extreme frame rate drop issues. This is the one where it played pretty smoothly, so I chose this one. But the gun physics is just not realistic. As you can see, the bullets coming out of this LMG, it just doesn't. It looks arcade-ish. Looks like an arcade game. And it doesn't even keep track of what you're doing. So you can move those targets, but as you can see, you can't even see where the bullets hit the target because there is no effect on the target itself. So I don't know why there is a gun range. You can't even see where your bullet hits on the target. In fact, you can't see where the bullet hits anything, which is weird because there is some bullet physics there. As you can see, I used the bullet to hit some of the ammo on the floor, and it worked. However, as far as like shooting the glass or shooting the plates next to me, there was no ricochet or anything like that from the bullet. So the bullet physics is not correct. There are some nice effects like the bullet casings coming out, the gunfire, the muzzle fire. Even the gun sounds to me are pretty good, but actually seeing the bullets from the LMG and it looks like this orange sideways red bullet like from an arcade game, that's just silly. I don't know why that's in there. It totally ruins the immersion. So this is not a gun sim, and it's not even a good gun range because it doesn't keep track of score. None of them do. There is nothing to do. It's like a sandbox, really, but it's not a very fun sandbox because although the weapon models are nice, the bullet physics is just not there. The gun physics is not there. You can even see when I use my offhand to grab the gun, it's clipping from the other side. So, and stuff like reloading, it's not realistic. It's done better in other games. You press Y or B to eject the magazine, and then you just pop in the clip and charge the gun, and that's it. But it just doesn't feel right. As far as attachments, I could never figure that out. It seems like you press I guess on your opposite hand, you press the trigger button. I think is how it goes. It just wasn't very good. Then you have this mode, which is a Horde mode. And this is just basically I want to call this a 180 wave shooter because they're not really coming from behind you, although they can get behind you. You can move around. There is full locomotion. There is no turning, though. You have to turn in real life. And again, there's only one type of enemy. Again, the bullet physics doesn't feel correctly. Those zombies or whatever they are, they die the same whether you use a handgun or not. Using the machete is more effective than any weapon you can buy. You just move your hand forwards and they die automatically. So it feels stupid. You can see this scene right here where I got overrun by a bunch of zombies. So basically I just reloaded my gun, got around them, just started shooting, and all kinds of clipping and all kinds of issues come up here. Again, this is not, as far as wave shooters go, this is one of the worst. So there's nothing worse than adding content to a game. This is new content added to the game that's not fun, that's something that nobody asked for. And the devs wasted time on this when they should have been improving the gun range or adding some nice fun game modes to the gun range. Instead they come up with this, which is just totally dumb. The graphics look nice. There's actually two different Horde maps. This is the map that ran okay for me. Now when there's lots of zombies, there were frame rate drops as you saw there, but the other map, the other Horde mode, just ran terribly for me. It was just completely almost unplayable. So this map was better. This is an indoor map. The other one was outdoors. Maybe that had something to do with it, but all I can say is that on my 1060 GTX, I have frame rate drops for some of the environments of the maps, and other ones it ran fine. Although, as you can see, when there are lots of zombies on the map at the same time, I do get those frame rate drops. But yeah, this is just dumb. It wasn't fun. There was no point. Each round just brings more of the same one type of zombie. It doesn't matter if you upgrade your weapons because they all kill zombies just the same. It really makes no difference at all. You might as well just keep the machete and just keep going with that. This is the last mode. This is was probably the most fun mode for me. This is called Close Quarter Combat. Now they showed two different maps in Close Quarter Combat, but that's not true. The other one is just a repeat of the map you just saw for the Horde mode. So they put two maps in Close Quarter Combat mode, but it's just this one map here that you're seeing, and the previous one you just saw for Horde mode. This is just to test how fast you can fire, but again, as you can see, there's a pathing issue there where I had to go reverse and try again because I couldn't go forward anymore. And again, this is supposed to be a gun sim, I believe, but it comes out being arcade, and for an arcade gun game, it's just not fun either. There's better ones out there. Gun Club VR comes to mind as far as being more fun, or Lethal VR. It's a lot more fun than this. So yeah, this game is just subpar compared to other games similar of this type, and this price range as well. Lethal and I know goes on sale for like $2 or $3, so that game's a lot more fun than this. If you're looking for an arcade gun game that's fun, that has gun range stuff, and it's actually fun in Lethal, whereas here it's just pretty boring. It's just bad, and I don't recommend it.